Okay, today I thought we might have a look at making an image or turning an image into black and white. So I've picked this one out because this kind of subject is always good for black and white. So we're going to click on it, double click on it. I'm using Photoshop for this, and I will probably do the image in on one as well. Let's see if it opens eventually. Okay. So it would be fairly easy to fix it up, but I think what we'll do first is we're gonna, in Photoshop up here, or in Camera Raw because it's a raw image, we're gonna click on this thing here so it should turn the image into black and white, which it has. And from this image you can see it looks kind of dull. So we're gonna see what we can do to brighten it up. One of the good things with that is good to actually do in a black and white image is to actually up your contrast. You know, just you can see, let's try that again. So you can see how much it changes. That's probably a bit too much. So we're just going to move it a little bit. We want whites and we want blacks. I might try the, I haven't done this for a while, so I have to try and remember. I think it's the Alt key if you click it. Yeah, you can see it goes to black, and then you can move it up until you start getting some white, just a little bit of white in the image, and then you let go. But obviously that's going to be too much. I think that looks pretty good there. Do we want to change the textures? The other thing actually that I wouldn't mind doing is playing around with what the colours were that were there. So what I tend to do is I just go through each colour and I just move them to see if you can actually see anything changing. Did the red do anything to the sky? Because there was a lot of pink in that sky. No. Okay, let's have a look at the orange. We know orange is going to do something because a lot of the ground has a lot of oranges in it. Come on, move. So we don't want to darken it, or do we want to lighten it? Same thing with the yellows. This doesn't really change that much, does it? Green. Oh my God. It's a problem with recording and working. It uses up a lot of my memory. Let's try aquas. Come on, move. This doesn't really seem to be doing anything. What about blues? Oh, that changes the sky a bit. What about purples? Oh, it changes the sky too. Interesting. What about a bit of magenta? It does a bit of the sky as well. Interesting. I'm not going to really worry about too much. I could have a look at, oh, go away. These things that come up and pop up everywhere are so annoying. Okay, so let's just open the image. Now this is just some basic things that you can do to your image. So one of the things we could do is we might bring up the curves, and we might just, I don't understand why sometimes this is around the wrong way. So annoying. So this is completely different to how I normally use it. Only problem with doing that is that it really brings, I don't think we'll use that. Actually, what we might do, and try something a little bit different. And let's just darken the whole image a bit. Get our lasso tool, move that out of the way. And let's just highlight the bus, maybe a little bit of the ground around it. Okay, that's not what I wanted. If I press Shift, then I can extend that. And the same thing down here. Okay, but I need to, so I'm going to do Shift F6 so I can feather it. And now we'll do another dodgy curve. And we'll just brighten up that part of the image. It's not too bad. But I think it'll brighten up too much of this foreground. So what I might do is just do the bus. Again, we're going to do Shift F6 to feather it. And God, this is so annoying. And just bring up the bus a bit. We could try adding in some more contrast to see if that actually works. It's kind of annoying when you've got a small screen. Do you want to brighten it or darken it or just leave it the way it was? I think we'll just leave it. I don't understand why in Camera Raw, you can just double click this and they'll go back to... Okay, sorry about that. I just had a bit of an interruption from a phone call. We're trying to get in a new heater for our house, a new electric heater. We want to get rid of all the gas that we have. Anyway, so as I was saying, which was a bit irrelevant. So let's get back to this. So I was thinking, like, the image is okay, but I really don't like this bit over here. So I'm trying to work out, I just had a bit of a play trying to get rid of it and I wasn't having a lot of luck. But we might just try it again. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. So we're going to try using this spot healing brush. So we just go over that and see what happens. And it's not great. Yeah. I don't really like what's happening. I'm wondering if I should use the clone. Maybe if we do, I need a bigger one. So press Alt to click that down and we'll just, yeah, that didn't really work, did it? Let's undo that. Let's try that again. Oof. Sometimes it can take a few attempts. Okay, that didn't work. It's one of the things I don't like about this is, like, you want to use really the tool you want more than anything is the content aware, but it won't let you use it when you've got layers. I am sure when I first started using Photoshop, you could use the content aware with layers, but you can't anymore. Oh, okay. Trying to work out how to hide it. You could just try using the heel brush again. Oh, that's not too bad. It's not brilliant, but for the purposes of this, it could be all right. I still think it's a bit grey. I might try using the lasso tool brush and just using this bit here. Again, gotta do that. Shift F6 for the feathering, otherwise you'll end up with some strange lines. And we'll just try bringing the brightness up a bit just on the front. could try the curves. Sometimes that's bringing it up nice. Bringing a bit of dark. Do we want this? I stopped using curves for a long time, but I'm slowly getting back into it. I think for now, the last thing I want to do is just put in some gradient, just, sort of put in a bit of vignette around it. Yeah, not sure, but anyway. The last thing we could do, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, is put a colour over the top. One of the first things we'd have to do with this, though, is because I've said it's just a black and white image, we have to tell Photoshop that it's going to be a colour image again. So if you go to image mode, and I just go to RGB colour, I don't merge and I don't rasticize. It doesn't have to tell me what I have to do with my image. We'll just let it do this. So then we've got a layer. We're going to need the over here. You can see the just double click on that. We want the bucket tool because we want to fill. And then if we go down here to the colour, and we can go through here and pick our colour. I'm tempted to put in a pink, but I don't think that'll really work. Maybe let's just do one colour and just see what happens. So put the colour in, and then under here are all our blending modes. So we can just go through and work out. I usually just use soft light for something like this. I don't think the pink works. But what we can do is we can now just change it, go through different colours, maybe a reddy orange colour might be nice. Yeah, I don't really like that either. What would happen if we did a blue? Blue can be really nice, maybe a grey blue. Not too bad. Maybe if we bring the opacity of that layer down, so what I often do is I'll turn that layer on and off to decide whether or not I like it. I don't mind that. Might just leave it there. So the only thing is I've lost a lot of the gradients. I might just swap those two layers around. Yeah, it didn't really do anything. Let's put this black and white back. Let's go back to, because we've got the bucket, let's go back to the gradient, and maybe we'll just add a little bit more. Have a bit of fun with it. So there's just some basic ways that you can make an image black and white. We'll do more of these sort of things. Some of them will get more complicated. This one, I've left it fairly simple because it's the first time I've done it. Okay, so I'll talk to you next time. If this thing will turn off.